Hello, it's Heather Joy with Perfectly Curated Life. We're going to be making a wonderful Southern-inspired salad today. But before we get to that, I'd like to introduce my good friend, Nolan WIlliams Jr.
Hey, Heather.
Good to see
Hey,
you.
everyone.
Who's going to be helping me prepare this salad, but also telling me a little bit about Grace, his new musical that is going to be premiering in Washington next spring and is going to have a soft reading in about a month's time in New York.
Just under a month now.
Okay, so tell me about Grace, but before you get into that, I'm going to start with the salad prep. I have here some julienne kale. You could use bagged kale if you wanted. I had a little bit of extra time yesterday, so I cut this into little ribbons. Chiffonade is really the correct term, but just these small little skinny pieces of kale. And I'm going to add in
So vibrant.
some grapeseed oil and a little bit of salt. And the purpose of that is to really help to break down the fibrous texture and to make it softer and easier to chew. So I'm going to do that while you tell us about Grace.
Absolutely. So, and just let me know at whatever point you need me to step in here and take this over. So Grace is a 90-minute musical that captures a day in the life of the Mintons. The Mintons are a Philadelphia-based family that have had a long and storied connection with African-American food traditions, largely through the restaurant that they've owned and operated in South Philly, known as Minton's Place. We follow this day in their life when they've come together to mourn the loss of their matriarch, affectionately known as Grandme.
And did Grandme start the restaurant?
Grandme didn't start the restaurant, but she was a major figure in the continued development of the restaurant. The restaurant started over a century ago by the pioneer who was Henry Minton, one of the early culinary pioneers that was preserved by W.E.B. Du Bois in his book, The Philadelphia Negro, where he captures those early pioneers of the culinary industry in and around Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, Bogle, Augustine, Prosper, Dorsey, Jones, and Minton, Henry Minton being the heir that founded the restaurant.
Okay. Interesting. So this is like set in contemporary times?
It is. Okay. It's happening right now, today. And, the family looks very much like our families, where you have different people in different stations or different walks of life. You've got a part of the family that is bougie, and you have a part of the family that is just regular people, right? Everyday people. And you have the tensions, right, between some of the members of the family as well. So it's an interesting day in the life.
Be sure to visit GraceTheMusical.com to register for exciting updates and to be the first in line for tickets to the world premiere of Grace at Ford's Theater. This has been a presentation of Perfectly Curated Life. Return here for more of our fabulous recipe and conversation with Nolan.